The Southern Poverty Law Centers Union has come out supporting Hamas after their horrific, atrocious attacks on the people of Israel, killing people because they were Jews and for no other reason. Somehow the union has come out and said Hamas is in the right. And the SPLC, their employer, remains silent. Remember, SPLC makes the rules. They go off and tell corporations who should be boycotted, who shouldn't be. They're the ones who set the stage and say, well, this group should be put as persona non grata and not be allowed to be given contributions by any reputable group, any reputable donor. Well, perhaps SPLC is now on that list, failing to speak out against the slaughter in Israel, failure to speak out against the and really fear atmosphere that's been created in college campuses by these groups, these largely Muslim-led groups that are having all sorts of parades and protests saying, gee, it's okay to kill Jews in mass because of oppression and the like. Let's just take a look at what our good friends at the union had to say. I'm just going to read it. A message from SPLC union officers and stewards. SPLC union is and will always be rooted in the legacy of anti-oppression and decolonization led by Black and Indigenous leaders. With that in mind, SPLC union stands strongly in solidarity with the Palestinian people. What we see in Gaza is the violent imperialist desecration of a people, the beginnings of a genocide, apparently oblivious to the fact that Hamas began the war by engaging in genocide against the Jewish people, and their supporters chant from the river to the sea, meaning extermination of all Jewish people in Israel, 7 million Jews. That's what they chant, that's what they want. But they go on. Already the horrors of Gaza have fueled aggression in our own country in the forms of attacks against Muslims and Sikhs, really, and outbursts of anti-Semitism. Well, the only attacks I've seen have been attacks against Jewish people and a climate of fear for Jewish people across college campuses all across the nation. The indelible image of a young girl at the University of Washington crying to the officer of the university who was supposed to be standing up for diversity, equity, and inclusion, that these people want to kill me, they want to kill us, and the guy just sitting there goes, nothing I can do. Sorry. Safe spaces, not if you're Jewish on college campuses. So the union concluded with a bunch of statements that were pro-Palestine, but essentially they finished: Palestinian lives matter, Palestinian families matter, Palestinian histories matter. Well, the histories that matter that we know are biblical histories, and the biblical history shows that the land is in dispute has been 4,000 years ago at Abraham, before Palestinians ever existed. You had Abraham, you had a covenant, you had a promised by God that land was the land of the Jewish people, the descendants of Jacob. That's what we know. That's the history. And we have more history, ancient history of that land than any other land in the world because of the Bible. So you want to talk history, perhaps those people at the SPLC might check out some Old Testament to find out what that history actually is. This is Rick Manning, Americans for Limited Government.